we are here with the wonderful Victor Miller at MonsterCon 2013. He is the original screenplay writer for Friday the 13th.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell us a little bit about your experience with MonsterCon, what it is that you are doing now, and how your interaction has been here at this convention?
That's a mouthful, but yes. No, MonsterCon is the most fun I've had in the last 3 or 4 years that I can remember.
Awesome.
I love the traffic, I love the people, and it's just the vibe of the people. They got we have security that is unbelievable in terms of just taking care of us all.
Good. Good to hear.
Yeah.
Awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're doing now?
What I'm doing now, I am writing. Let's see. We're sending around one screenplay that I wrote with these guys I met at Big Bear Lake Horror Film Festival. I wrote a screenplay with them on Skype, which was terrific fun. Then I wrote a screenplay with my son, a black comedy. And now I'm working on another one with a friend over in Virginia on Skype. It'll be a horror film, and we're just trying to send these around and get them bought.
Awesome.
So that's me.
Good.
The other thing I do, which might be interesting to your viewers, is I read people's screenplays for free.
Really?
You know, if they send them to me at my email or whatever, I read them and give them notes and send them back.
Awesome. Because we're filmmakers. David here is a screenwriter. So yeah, we just actually did I'm not sure if you're familiar with the 48-hour film project.
I am, very much so.
We just did that. It was our first one. And David wrote the script. I directed and produced, and we won second place. We won 3 awards, so it was very nice to
I judged one of those in California once. They're fabulous stuff.
Very much. A lot of fun. Yeah. Awesome.
If I may ask, since you've done a lot of stuff, even prior to Friday the 13th, you've been very active. You even wrote for some soaps and stuff.
I spent 25 years working in daytime drama, and worked. Let's see, One Life to Live, All My Children, Guiding Light, General Hospital, and Another World. They keep in soap opera. The writers get fired all the time. Every time the ratings go down, they fire the writers because they haven't got any other ideas.
What do you think about in terms of screenwriting back then as to all the new technology and the tools and the internet and just everything's available today? Do you think it's a lot harder for someone to do what you've done? Or
no, it's much easier. Oh, it's much easier. I'm seeing work and reading work from people, and they're working on shoestring budgets and making really good stuff. And I've appeared in a few people's movies as a sort of a stunt cast. I get to play in one of the Quiroz brothers did a wonderful movie, and I got to play the part that Crazy Ralph plays in my movie, Friday the 13th. You know, it's like the Greek tragedy. There's always somebody there in a horror movie who says, "You're not going to go there, are you? The last people who went there died." So I got in the Quiroz brothers movie. I got to play this mailman who comes to the guy who just bought this house and is delivering his mail and says, "The realtor didn't tell you there was a terrible murder at this house." So it's a fun role, and I love it. And I did some green screen work for another guy's movie, and it's just I love the whole community. The only misgiving I have is that I'm such a big fan of Tom Savini's work in special effects that when I see computer graphics, I am a lot less than thrilled.
Yeah.
Because it just looks so plastic. And
I agree.
Whereas the real time stuff is fabulous. And I was there on set for the day they shot Kevin Bacon getting the hunting arrow through his chest, and I just was in awe of what they did, and then they had to do it in one take, and it was just fabulous. So,
that's awesome. Yeah, some of the new stuff, it looks too just
cartoony.
Yeah, exactly. It's not real, and I don't like that. Movies are about grasping something and getting your attention, and I sometimes get too distracted with the animation and the whole 3D thing. Also something that I personally don't like. I think it takes away from that experience of really getting into the movie.
Absolutely, no, I agree. And but it's I don't know. I am just a old-time horror fan, and I love what you all do.
Awesome. Well, without being biased with your movie, what's your favorite horror movie?
My favorite horror movie is still got to be Psycho. Yeah, I mean, and my second favorite is Halloween, which is the movie I went to school on in order to write Friday the 13th. I think Deborah Hill and John Carpenter did a fabulous job, and without them, I would not have learned what I learned in order to make Friday the 13th what it was.
Right.
So, yeah. We learn from each other.
Yeah, that's how it works. So, well, is there anywhere that people want to contact you, like you said, that
Please, yes, absolutely.
screenplays, how can they contact you?
I'm at victormiller.com. It's really easy. All you got to do is that, and then there's a link to sending me emails if you want, or asking me questions.
He knows his business. He's been doing it for decades.
Well, I have to have learned a few things, and, but I will give notes, and people, because they don't have to pay me, they can take them. You know, you get what you pay for, and either like them or not. So.
And watch out. I don't know if you've seen
Constructive
this.
criticism is always good.
Yes, this is.
I saw that yesterday.
I saw a woman in the New Orleans airport who had one, and I said, "Where do I get it?" She said, "Amazon. They're $8." And what's great for an old timer like me, I can talk to my wife without dropping the damn phone. So it works really well. And when I'm playing, what is it, Bejeweled, which is my idiot's delight.
That's mine too.
If you're on a plane for 2 hours, I use up my battery. But it's great fun, and you can get them in pink too, if that's your.
For all the ladies out there that like pink,
Hey,
or the men, yeah, we're not going to be. Yes, we're not
Not that there's
judgmental
anything
here.
wrong with that.
No.
And just out of curiosity, I wanted to know, how do you feel about Jason's been taking so many different places at this point? I mean, how do you feel since that was kind of your baby?
Well, in my movie, Jason was on the screen for all of 20 seconds, I think. So, I mean, I am a fan. I am absolutely dedicated to the character of Mrs. Voorhees because I learned in therapy many years later. I had no idea that the shrink said to me, he said, "Do you know why you made Mrs. Voorhees the villain?" And I said, "No." He said, "Because she was the mother you never had." And I said, "What?" He said, "Because this is a mother who would kill people who were mean to her son." And I didn't have one of those. I mean, I'm fond of saying that if I had drowned in Crystal Lake, my mother would have said to me in heaven or wherever, "Well, you only had yourself to blame. I told you not to go near the water." You know, so Mrs. Voorhees was great. I mean, if a bully had attacked me, Mrs. Voorhees would have just cut him in half. So I love that. As far as Jason, you know, I'm happy for the franchise. I couldn't be happier for all the people who played Jason and all the writers who come after me. But my emotions, my heart, my gut is still with Betsy Palmer. You know, she is the queen.
I got to meet her when the Texas Film Marathons in Dallas, and she's sweet.
Oh, couldn't be nicer. And she's funny and gracious.
She's awesome. Well, we really appreciate you and everything you've done, and this is the guy who really started this whole thing. So this is amazing, man.
Who knew?
Yeah.
I mean, I was trying to.
I mean, look at all of these awards right here.
2 weeks before Friday the 13th opened, I was trying to sell my blood in Bridgeport, Connecticut, to a company that was doing this research on antibodies. And they took a sample and they said, "If you have enough antibodies, we'll pay you $15 for a pint." And I didn't have enough antibodies. I didn't get the $15. 2 weeks later, Friday the 13th opened, and I haven't looked back since.
Awesome.
But remember, I did not make $1 till I was 40 years old. So keep doing what you're
Takes
doing.
persistence and hard work,
And don't forget
dedication.
that same mother I had told my wife when I went freelance in the 70s, she said, "Tell him not to try to make a living as a writer, he'll never make any money." So don't listen to your mother.
Yeah, so there's the lesson there. Whatever your mom says, you do the opposite. Okay?
Oh, we're going to make fans of that one, I tell you.
All right, well, thank you very much. I appreciate
Thank
your
you.
time. Thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Anytime.